Yo guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Smokey and welcome back to the beautiful Barcelona. Hyundai invited us to come and try the brand spanking new Hyundai Ioniq 5N. And also big thanks to Hyundai for hooking us up with the W Hotel. So in today's video I will be explaining everything you need to know about this brand new rally-inspired race car for the road. So first we're gonna do some awesome Spain roads, and in the afternoon we're gonna hit the track. It's also got Lambo door handles, look at that. Hurricane style, yeah. Let's go. Now this is an electrical car, so it should not be doing this. But it does. This is called N-shift. You can actually shift down. Listen to this. What in the world is that? Oh, that is nice. Hyundai, I do like that. It actually feels like I'm driving a petrol car. And also a very cool feature on this one, if you go to the left, look at that. You get a little camera on the left, and to the right, a camera on the right. Oh, nice. We just put the car in supersonic sound. So this car has some subwoofers and some sounds built into it. So we just tested out the ignition part. The ignition, it does this. And then when you downshift, it burbles. It burbles when you downshift. And it also shortens the ignition, but there is no ignition. So it short circuits it for a small second, so it feels like you're shifting. Look at this. And when you shift down, you have burbles. Listen to that. Now, when we put it into evolution, you get this sound. It's like something from the Jetsons. It's like Dad Jetson bought a new car. Some kind of Formula One kind of thing. And the most funny one, supersonic. Listen to this. What in the world? Now, how does it sound inside of a tunnel without the interior speakers? Let's try that out. Can we hear it? Oh, pops and bangs. Little pops and bangs. Can you guys hear that? So weird. So weird. Now, we had a lot of fun in the mountains. But it's time to go to the racetrack and let's have a little bit of a talk in detail about this epic specimen. And just like that, we have arrived at the Park Motor Castelloli racetrack. Yeah, we're gonna do some racing, we're gonna do some drifting. It's gonna be exciting. But first thing, gotta get some lunch. Let's go. Come on.
So it's not just a case of the numbers, which we still have to work into, for the bean counting side of the equation.
All right, so let's do a little bit of track driving, shall we? Now, before we go, you guys know that I'm in an EV, right? Now listen if I rev it. Can you hear the pops and bangs? It's time to do some launch controls, baby. Yeah, 650 horsepower with the boost. Press the boost button over here. Let's go. That is nice. Smokey does like that. Gotta wait at the braking zone. A little bit of drifting here. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo, yeah, buddy. Now with the Duke 990, they call it the Corner Rocket, and this car they call the Corner Rascal. Yeah, it's a Corner Rascal, and I do have to say, it is a Corner Rascal for a 2.2 ton car. This is hella fun. This is an EV that feels like a petrol engine car. It even has pops and bangs. A little bit drifting here, full on the gas. Almost went off the track there. Keep the lines, keep the racing lines. Oh shit, this is going fast. 160. hot on the brakes. Oh, this is sweating. I'm sweating like a monkey here. But the car holds on so tight. Oh, golly. Oh! Hard on the brakes just a little, steer in. Okay, let's do a little drifting at 140. Ooh, there we go, sideways. Whoa! Oh, this is hilarious. This is so much fun. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. I'm getting a little sweaty here. That was really cool. Sunblock. We are being taken care of by Hyundai. Thank you so much. Thank you, Hyundai. Not gonna burn my ass off over here, that is for sure. So before we go to the drift sessions, let's do a little quirk and features about the new Ioniq 5N. So yeah, the first N product was launched in 2015. Yeah, and the guys of the Rally WRC are behind this model. Now the first one was the i30N, which also was known as the best buy for buck and totally beat the crap out of a Golf GTI. Starting from the front, we have this massive grille in the front. And you might be thinking like, Smokey, why in the world would you need an open grille in an electric car? You don't need that. Well, inside of this grille, you have an active air flap that controls the air going in. And this one also cools the battery. Yeah, you can even hear it. And let's pop the hood. Hot, hot. It's not hot, it's a battery powered car. Look at that. On a normal Ioniq, there's like a frunk over here. But on this one, you have an active speaker, so it makes the car sound like a petrol car. Yeah, you don't really see it, but there's like a box. There's like a box down here. You see the box? See that? And even though it's a giant electrical car with a giant battery pack, they still put in a classic battery. So we got 21-inch wheels in the front, and the front axle produces 175 kilowatts, and the rear axle 303 kilowatts, which gives this car a total of 478 kilowatts, which means 650 horsepower. But you have to use the N-Grin boost though. The N-Grin boost is this button over here. If you press this button, for 10 seconds, you get the full 650 horses. And that thing that launches like this. When we get in this very comfortable and very neatly designed interior, we also have the N-shift. Yeah, everything is called with an N, so it is made for racing. The N-shift makes sure that when you shift gears, you actually hear gear shifting. It's an electric car, it has no gears, but if you do it, it sounds like that. And also when you're at a standstill, it is pretty weird, because when you press the N button over here, it feels like the car starts up. And when you rev it, you can hear some pops and bangs in the back. Now on the screen over here we have N mode. We can press the N mode and we get, of course, the full racing screen. The first thing we can change is the N torque distribution. So we can set how much torque we want to get to the back. 100% to the back, 50-50 torque distribution, or everything to the front. The N pedal is for better throttle response on the pedal itself. N-Race provides maximum cooling of the motor and the battery for better track driving performance, as you can tell. And I can also turn on the drift optimizer, and then the car will help you perform a nice drift. And on this screen we have the N battery mode, we have drag mode and track mode, which makes sure the battery is at its perfect cooling levels. Also, this car produces 740 Newton meters of torque unless you press this NGB button, which is the N-Grin boost yet again. It produces 770 Newton meters of torque. With the different driving modes, we have, of course, Sport, Eco and Normal. And then when you press the N button, everything changes. Oh yeah. And not only does it increase the torque, but this car also does 3.4 seconds to 100 kilometers an hour. Yeah, that is ridiculously fast. And top speed, 260 kilometers an hour. So yeah, your BMW is limited to 250 kilometers an hour. This one does 260. Imagine getting beaten on the Autobahn by an electric Hyundai in your BMW. They tested this car for 10,000 kilometers on the Nordschleife. And also fun to know, it didn't break down. And if that isn't impressive enough, they have been driving this car on track for 4 days straight, and they didn't even have to change the brakes. Because of the regenerative braking system, yeah, it doesn't need a lot of brake changes. We got 2 USB-C ports, a USB-C port over there, 12-volt socket. The camera system is, of course, 360 and fully optimized. Now with the finish flags and the nice red stitching on the carpet, awesome Alcantara bucket seats. Look at that. That is very nice. This car looks very nice. And also the back seat has a lot of space. Look at that leg room. And I'm 1 meter and 76 centimeters. That is a lot. We also get 2 USB-C ports in the back. Heated seats in the back. Not only can you fold down the seats, there's also a center console over here. You can also do this. That is cool. It does create a giant hole over here to put some more luggage. There we go. Yeah. And besides the giant diffuser in the back, you also get a giant trunk. Here. Yeah. That goes pretty slow though. Safety first. And the Ioniq 5N also has a 48 kilowatt hour battery, 400 volt and 800 volt fast multi-charging capacity, and it charges from 10 to 80% in 18 minutes. Anyway, let's go drifting. Absolutely incredible car. I can't say only good stuff about it. It is that nuts. But we're on a drift track. Gonna do some drifting. Look at that. Smokey can do that better. Don't you worry about that. Yeah. Now this car is so grippy, it does let you drift, but on dry asphalt, it's kind of sticky though. We're gonna let the cameraman do its run. Yeah, let's see what happens.